Welcome back to Minglewood Hall in Memphis, Tennessee, and say hello to Miki the Pitbull Rogers, who is tough as nails, just 5 feet tall, and she is dynamite, 3-0 record. She's from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and fights for Alan Belcher's MMA club, and now she's set to try to make some history, but so will Amberlynn Orr as these two go at it for the first ever V3 women's title. It happens to be in the V3 women's flyweight division. Rick, what can you tell us about the Pitbull, Miki Rogers?
Well, she's a Pitbull. She's relentless and she comes at it. She is 3-0, undefeated, all first round stoppages. So she has got stopping power. She's got great jiu-jitsu. She's finished everybody with a rear naked choke, I believe. I could be wrong, but she comes in there and she devastates opponents quickly.
She's coached by top professional fighter James Sharp. She says she's ready to unleash the pit bull inside of her, whatever that means. Very good jiu-jitsu skills. Will go for the takedown and look to take out Amberlynn with some serious ground and pound. But again, it takes two to tango. Amberlynn Orr will try to prevent that. She will try to be the aggressor. She will try to be the more offensive fighter as she battles the pit bull. And get ready to meet Amberlynn Orr, very popular fighter here on V3. From Horn Lake, Mississippi and Bang Gym, she's coached by BJJ black belt Fred Fisher.
She has great size advantage over Miki. She trains with Fred Fisher, like you said. Her Muay Thai is great. She has awesome hands, awesome kicks. She's gonna have a reach advantage, so this is gonna be an interesting fight.
Terrific Muay Thai fighter, solid jiu-jitsu. First woman to get a win inside the V3 cage. Will she be the first woman to win the V3 title? That's the question. We'll have the answer in 3 rounds or about 9 minutes from now. But Amberlynn Orr comes in at 5-1. She had to drop some LBs to get down to her fighting weight. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape brought to you by Surgical Solutions. Miki Rogers, as I mentioned, she hails from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. She is 125 pounds, 5 feet tall, little dynamite, freestyle fighter, and 3-0 record. And meanwhile, Amberlynn Orr, at 20 years of age, also tipped the scales at 125, has a 6-inch height advantage, freestyle fighter, and she is 5-1. How much of a difference will it make with the height advantage?
That's gonna be a lot. I mean, Amberlynn can throw higher kicks. I mean, aim directly at her head or above it. She's going to be able to hit her with a jab a lot easier. Miki's going to have to get inside.
Or would like to keep it standing, I would think, and then Rogers would try to get down and get the pounding ground, as I mentioned earlier.
I agree. Definitely
ground
agree
and
with
pound.
that.
Did I say pound and ground?
Yeah.
Either way, she's going to try to unleash her inner pit bull, right? And there goes Amberlynn Orr. Big support here for her. Now let's get the formal introduction of the two fighters with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this championship bout is brought to you by Surgical Solutions and is set for 3 3-minute rounds for the women's V3 flyweight title. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action will be Dave Ferguson. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet even, she weighed in at 125 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a perfect MMA record of 3 wins and no losses. Representing Alan Belcher's MMA club. And fighting out of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, Miki the Mini Pit Rogers. And across the cage, her adversary fighting out of the red corner. She wears the black trunks with the pink trim. At 5 feet 6 inches, she weighed in at 125 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Representing Bang and fighting out of Horn Lake, Mississippi, Amberlynn Orr.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. Dave Ferguson now with final instructions for the two fighters.
Okay, ladies, I've been giving you instructions beforehand. Make sure you protect yourself at all times. Listen to all my instructions. Any questions for the blue corner? From the red corner. Touch him up and let's fight.
Rick, history will be made tonight. Who's going to make the history?
I think Amberlynn Orr has a little bit of an advantage just because of the size and the height. You know, who knows? Miki might come out and be an absolute pit bull.
Round one, here we go for the first ever V3 Women's Championship. This in the flyweight division.
Ooh,
nice kick
right
by
on.
Amberlynn Orr to start things off. And now they go round and round.
I tell you, Amber's got good jiu-jitsu too, so she's not afraid. But Miki, takedown attempt, boom, gets it.
She gets it. So tough.
5
foot tall, but tough as nails.
Amber has her wrapped up pretty tight right now. Miki's specialty is grounded pound, but man, I don't see her getting away at this moment.
Well, she's got to loosen her arms to get some ground and pound, or her legs, and she can't get either one loose right now. She's trying. Good point about Amberlynn, and she's all arms and legs. She's obviously got the advantage with the reach, the height. But on the ground, it evens things out a bit.
It does.
Strength is the most important thing, and skill, of course.
And leverage.
Now Rogers was able to get that left arm free for a second there. She's trying. Can Amberlynn Orr will use that?
I'll tell you what, Amber looks very, very calm. She's got an arm bar. And she looks so calm.
She really does. Rogers could be in some trouble here.
Rogers is out. Not yet.
Just under 2 to go in this first round. She's got her pretty good. She's got her good.
Well, no, it's the wrong way.
Crowd got excited. I did too for a while, and it looks like the pit bull's going to get out of it. But boy, Amberlynn Orr, you're absolutely right, Rick. Good observation. So calm. She said, okay, let me try it again, or let me do something different. Very cerebral. She's thinking about those moves. What's the best for her, where she could take advantage of this opponent?
What I like about Amber right now is it looks like she's thinking 2 moves ahead. And that's what you need to be doing.
Like chess.
And right now, Miki is only thinking about getting out of the current submission attempt. Here comes Miki getting a little bit of room.
Yeah, she got the arm out for at least one punch, but again, she's bottled up by Amberlynn Orr as we hit the 1 minute mark to go in the first round. And I could see why Rogers, as tough as she is, wants to get on the ground and, ground and pound. But when you're going up against somebody who's 6 inches taller, has got the leverage, as you mentioned, has the reach, and you can't get open, you can't get loose. I mean, that's a problem.
On the ground, that height advantage is less apparent, but it's a big factor because she could push her away a lot easier.
Exactly. And she's been doing that. She's doing a great job. 25 seconds to go in the first round. Not a lot going on here. Again, the cerebral Orr looking at her next move, but we are under 10 seconds to go here in the first round. Again, Rogers got free for a little punch there, and we are going to move on to round number 2 in this V3 Women's Flyweight title. You're watching V3 Fights.
Your winner and new V3 Bantamweight champion!
My gosh, boy, he is unleashing. We may be watching the best.
This guy is super tough. You are not getting out of that.
It is over! Sammy Lewis! Ready!
For the Bantamweight Championship in V3 Fights. What a display of MMA. Good first round for Amberlynn Orr as we welcome you back. Round 2 here at Minglewood Hall, the V3 Women's Flyweight title. History will be made tonight. First women's champion for V3. Good round, not a great round for Amberlynn Orr in the first round, but probably a winning round. Now let's see what the pit bull, Miki Rogers, can do.
Well, Miki went right in for that takedown right away. And Amberlynn's doing a good job of keeping her balance, using the cage to hold her up and trying to get her hips out. What she needs to do is get her hip out, let go of that, and cross face or push that head straight down to stop Miki from driving in.
We're now on her knees, both fighters now, in fact.
Amberlynn needs to get back up on that right leg and get that left leg straight out. It's kind of hard to right now. It's in the air.
Right. Both fighters, though, back up on their feet. And again, here's Rogers looking for this takedown.
Oh, here we go. Little guillotine. Watch some knees coming in. Amber needs to start throwing knees. Oh.
Was that Rogers getting out of that, or was that Amberlynn Orr saying, okay, I'm gonna try something else?
That was Amber letting go and going, let's stand. Oh! She KO'd
and
her.
down is
KO'd
Rogers.
her.
It's over. It is over, and history is made by Amberlynn Orr, the first woman to get a win inside the V3 cage, and now the first V3 champion. And Rogers basically ducked into it, and she dropped like a rock.
I'll tell you what, Rogers telegraphed her first few takedowns, put that head down and came right in, and Amber knew it was coming, stepped back and delivered a kick.
Such an intelligent, as I said, cerebral fighter, Amberlynn Orr, the V3 Women's Flyweight Champion, and she does it in impressive style. And for the Pitbull, Miki Rogers, first loss at 3-1, and she'll go back to work at Alan Belcher's MMA club. But for Amberlynn Orr, the pride of Bang Gym, she is playing it up, and she should. Rick McCracken will make his way inside the cage. Amberlynn Orr is the champion, and again, history made. I think Miki Rogers will be okay. The ice bag on the back of her neck, she says to the doctor, she is okay, but certainly disappointment. Now let's get the time of the victory for Amberlynn Orr in the big TKO. Here's Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Minglewood Hall, we present the official time of 1 minute 21 seconds in round number 2. Referee Dave Ferguson calls a halt to the bout due to strikes, declaring your winner by knockout victory and new V3 Women's Flyweight Champion, Amberlynn Orr!
And she is loving it. Knockout, not a TKO, it's a KO. Amberlynn Orr, the new champion, and now Rick McCracken will get a few words with our history-making young lady from Horn Lake, Mississippi.
I'll tell you what, first ever V3 women's victory was Amberlynn about a year ago. First ever V3 champion, Amberlynn. First ever V3 women's knockout, Amberlynn. You holding all the women's records. How do you feel?
I feel great, man. I come from the best gym in the area, Fisher's Bang Gym. We train hard. I got good guys, good teammates. They push me through everything. RCJ Machado, the BAM, they're one of my good sponsors. I went down to Texas to train with them. Really, really good people. Ayla, where my mom made that for me. MAL right here, and then I got banged on the butt, but I won't show you that.
All right. I'll tell you what, it was a pleasure watching you fight. You're a very cerebral fighter. I saw you kind of set that up. You saw her first 2 takedown attempts, and she put her head down. You're ready for that last one. You stepped back, delivered that right, and got the KO. Is that exactly what was going on?
Yes, sir. It's something I was definitely planning on doing, man. I've been training at the gym all the time. I knew she was going to be a really tough opponent from Alan Belcher's MMA. She was undefeated. She was really strong. She was really strong. I know my corner was getting mad at me because I was holding on to her from the bottom the whole time thinking I could submit her, but that didn't work out. But I got the belt.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations. You're having a great time. Celebrate your new champion, Amberlynn Orr.